This morning I was thinking about what are some ways to enhance our kind of daily lives. And so I thought I would ask the cards a question about this today. So stick around for today's episode of Life's Potluck Buffet. I'm John Paulas. Thanks for joining me. So today's question is, what are 3 tips to start every morning? So this is the question I'm going to ask the cards. I have the deck of Life's Potluck Buffet cards here. There are 55 cards, 52 numbered cards, 3 wild cards. And they're all about everything we do in life. Because remember, from card number 1, everything we do in life is work. Anything we give effort and energy to. And that is our way, and that is the Life's Potluck Buffet way of honoring that fact. That when we give effort and energy to something, it's a form of work. And there are many different types of work, but that's how we are conceptualizing just everything we do. So that means that 3 tips to start every morning. What work do we need to do to start every morning for ourselves? Okay, cards, let's see what we can do. I guess what I'm going to do is I should shuffle 3 times. I'll shuffle, I'll choose one card, and then I'll shuffle again. Because I think choosing the 3 cards that are on top, I don't think that's how the deck works. It's very particular, as you know. Okay, sorry, I don't mean to be critical deck. Okay, here we go. I'm going to do my first shuffle thing. All right, and I'm going to back away from the microphone so I don't blow it up. Okay, that's 1. All right, and now I'm going to cut the deck, and I'm going to choose our first card. Here we go. Okay, I got our first card. I won't say what it is until I choose the other 3. That's a good one, though. I wonder what that one means, though. Okay, so I'm going to do the quick shuffle again. 2, 3. Okay, here we go. All right. Okay, there. And I'm going to cut the deck. There's the second card. Oh, okay. That one's a little easier for me to do, I think. Sometimes the cards give me challenges. Sometimes they make life easy. It's just the way the cards are. All right, and I'm shuffling one last time. Okay, choose the 3rd card for our 3rd tip. Here we go. Oh, all right. That's interesting. The 3rd card was the card we drew yesterday. The deck is really trying to tell me something. Okay, so here are 3 tips to start every morning. The first tip is card 35. Actions speak. Find something you claim about yourself or your work, but never back up with action, and then figure out what's preventing you from acting. Why am I not doing this? Be honest. We're being honest here about that. And then, is it you don't want to pursue those actions, or you don't understand how to start, and that's fitting, of course, because this whole episode is about starting every morning. See, the cards are always coming up with good stuff, cards. Oh my goodness, the word start is in here. It says, just jump in and do something right now, however little, to start. Oh my goodness. Woo. Cards, you're scaring me with your... Yeah, this is why you don't play, you play around with Life's Potluck Buffet cards for your benefit, but you don't mess with them. That you saw that episode back on, was it September 8th, where I was like messing with the cards, and they were just like, I found out because they were just, I was like, oh, I can't just, Pull cards, make card 52 appear. And I shuffled it, and card 52 appeared. And, the cards are like, don't mess with us. Okay. So, okay. All right. So, okay. So that's the first one. Do something, however little, to start. So start your morning with an action that you always claim you're going to do, but don't do it. And then if you were like, I actually want to do this action, make that decision, being honest with yourself, and then just jump in and do something small to start, however little. Okay, that's the first card. Let me put that aside here. The second one is think of your work life as a pie. That's card 13. So think of each aspect of your life as a piece of a pie of a different flavor: your family work, your paid work, your hobbies, your volunteer work, your self-care work, etc. Say what the largest slice of your pie is right now and what you want it to be in 6 months. Okay, so that's a way of thinking into the future, but like really talking about the present. So that's a good way to start off your morning, is to think about that pie. You think about all of the things you're going to do that day and what they apply to, or that you're going to do, because obviously we always end up having things that we don't know we're going to do that we end up doing. But think about those things that you are going to do, that you're going to do, and think about what you want that to look like in 6 months, and then that's a good way to start your day, to get that in order, to get in order your priorities and so forth, and to understand the division of your day as you divide it, or as you have to divide it because of circumstances, and to be mindful of that. So, okay, so that's thinking of your work life as a pie. So that's tip number 2. Tip number 1 was do something small to start an action that you had not been doing, though you claimed you were going to do it. Tip number 2 is to order your life like a pie, like different slices of the pie, and figure out which one needs to be bigger going forward. All right, so that's number 2, is thinking about what your priority needs to be. Okay. All right. And tip number 3 was yesterday's card. The back of your mind has a full-time job. So as you may recall from yesterday, this was when you figure things out unconsciously by doing something like, I'd like to do stuff like refinish a chair, or, do run an errand, or, go for a walk or something like that. That those are some things that I like to do that help me. And so this card tells us that every morning we should kind of honor that fact that we have done, like when we wake up, our mind, obviously in the middle of the night when we're asleep, the back of our mind, it has a full-time job. We know that. That's the thing. And this card even talks about dreaming, right? That's the back of our mind doing its work. Everything you give effort to and energy is work, even things that you're not conscious of. So that's actually, I see why the cards wanted me to think about that today, even though they made me think about that yesterday. They're really hammering that one home, cards. I get it. Okay. So so think about that unconscious nature of our work as well every morning, and honor that and understand that. And give a little bit of time to that. So those are the 3 tips. I'll say them again. The first one is we want to find something little to do that will further an action that we have claimed that we are going to do, that we always claim about ourselves, but like we never really back it up with action. Do something every day, every morning, to back up a claim like that with action. That is a really excellent tip, if I do say so myself. And the second one is think of your work life as a pie. In other words, understand the percentages, in a sense, of what you're giving effort to and what you need to give more effort to going forward, and maybe figuring out how to trim effort from other things. You'll remember that episode where I did this as a worksheet, and I was trying to figure out how to carve out a little bit more time for various things. So it's in a sense, give time management a thought every morning, and your priorities, and that's number two. So again, number one was starting with an action. Two, giving time management and your priorities a thought, and finally, honoring number three. Honor the unconscious work that your mind has done in when you're asleep and during the day, and use that to lead yourself forward, so that when we have something that we need to figure out, a problem we need to solve. That's why they say, oh, sleep on it, right? There's a reason we say that. There's a reason we say sleep on it. It's because our mind is working on it. And when you wake up, give those decisions that you've come to through that sleeping, through that unconscious work, give those, honor those, and understand what those are. And those actually, all these things work together, obviously. And so those are the 3 tips to start every morning. I hope you have a great morning tomorrow, and tune in for another episode of Life's Potluck Buffet. And if you liked this episode, give it a thumbs up. Subscribe if you haven't subscribed already. And I'll see you next time on Life's Potluck Buffet.